Pete the cat and his 4 groovy buttons. One, 2, 3, 4. Pete the cat and his 4 groovy buttons. There's Pete. Pete the cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. Sing. One, 2, 3, 4. 4. Buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. 4 button. One, 2, 3, 4. 4. Pete has 4 buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1, 2, 3. 3 buttons are left on Pete the cat. Many. Roll. Off. Pete has 3 buttons left. He had 4. 1 rolled away. Now he has 3. 1, 2, 3. Pete has 3 buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Groovy. 3. 1, 2, 3. He kept on singing his song. Buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Sing. cry. No. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? One, two. Two buttons are left. Off. Many. Roll. Two. Two. He had 3 buttons and 1 popped off. Now he has 2 buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. Buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Sing. Cry. No. Pop! Oh no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? One button. Many. Roll. Off. One. Pete had 2 buttons. 1 rolled away. Now he has 1 button. Cry. No. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. Oh. How many are left? Many. roll. Zero are left. He had one button, and one button rolled away. Now he has 0 buttons. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt. And what do you think he saw? Cry? No. His belly button. He kept on singing his song. He saw his belly button. Oh, silly cat. Belly button. Sing. It's all good, said Pete the cat. Button, my button, still have my belly button. My button, I still have my belly button. He still has his belly button. You're so funny. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Cry. No. Sing. Buttons come and buttons go. Who was in the story? Was it Pete the cat? Or was it a red lizard? Who was in the story? It was Pete the cat. Yay! Who was in the story? Who was in the story? Was it a gingerbread cookie? Or was it Pete the cat? Who was in the story? It was Pete the cat with his 4 groovy buttons. First, Pete had 4 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, Pete had 1, 2 buttons. Last, Pete had just his belly button. First, next, last. Pete the cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Cat. Big. My. Button. Shirt. 0. 1. 2. 3. 4. Roll. Many. More. Skateboard. Ice cream. Belly button. Cry. Sing. No. Off. Buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons.